Hi, this is Karen from Broad-Minded Book, and yes, I'm wearing the same thing I wear in all my videos, because I find it easier to wait until everyone has left the house to make these videos, instead of having people walk by, ask me what's for dinner, ask me what's for breakfast or lunch. So I usually do it just after my kids leave for school and my husband goes somewhere. Okay, now that that's out of the way, because I've noticed a lot of people explain what they're wearing and why, I wanted to do part 3 of my book haul, or what had happened was, and I still blame you people on booktube. I have 11 or 12 books to show you. I'm not sure. Most of these are books you've seen, but because I'm on a budget, because of my 2 teenage children, I really just buy the paperbacks. So let's get right to it. I know you've seen this one. Let me just grab it out of the bag. Daughter of Smoke and Bone. I got the softback, this paperback, and I like this, but it has a little book flap there. I'm looking forward to this book to find out what it's about. I haven't read any reviews on it. I don't like to read reviews because then they taint my mind, and I don't think they're as good as the reviewer thinks they are, or if I read a bad review, that the reviewer was just too harsh on the book. So I like to form my own opinions, so I never read reviews. But that's the first book. Next book I have, I think I showed you the first one. I don't know. I'm looking at the other stack I had. And this is Death, Doom, and Detention by Deirdre Jones. I guess that's how you say her name. Deidre, I don't know. I don't know what it's about. Again, saw it, impulse buy. Bought the first one, needed the second one. Juliet Immortal by Stacy J. I read a book of hers, sorry, didn't realize that wasn't in frame. I read a book of hers about zombies, and I really did enjoy it. So I figured I'd give this book a chance. Under the Never Sky, because I've seen all of you in BookTube raving about how this is your best book. Sorry about the glare. How this was one of your top favorites of this year, so I said, all right, I have to buy it, or last year. I have to buy it. Let me see what it's about, and we'll find out. Next is a book I saw the movie of, and I love the movie, so I bought the book. I know I usually read the books before I see the movie, but even with the book in mind, the movie in mind, I still wanted to read the book. And it is The Help by Catherine Socket. Next is a book I got from NetGalley, and I read it and reviewed it and loved it, so I went out and bought the book. And it is The Culling by Stephen Dos Santos. I thought this was great. It is kind of like a Hunger Games book, where the people have to fight at a certain age to survive, but they don't kill each other. If they lose, they take their family members as prisoners, and they end up killing each time they lose a battle, one of the family members. It kind of thins out the population because it is a dystopian novel, and it was wonderful. So I read it, and I want to read it again. I want my kids to read it. Next book I got is part of a series that I never wanted to read, didn't have any intention of reading, but everyone screamed how well it was written and how good it was. I've seen it on a million book hauls, so I said, all right, let me buy it. Let me find out what all hype's about. And it is, I took the next 3 books out. Matched by Ali Condi. Like I said, I get the soft cover because cheaper, and because 2 kids, husband, trying to keep the prices down. And I got this book because it's the YT Book Club read it. I was unfortunately unable to get the book by then and read it, but I wanted to read the book anyway. And the YT Book Club was very split on it, so I said, let me try it and see what happens. Warm Bodies by Isaac Marion. Next book I saw, and I said, I'm trying to read more contemporary, more fairy tale, more girly things for with my daughter, and a little in the YA fiction genre, and I saw this and I said, okay, let me try it. It's called Wicked Jealousy, and it is a love story, it says, and it's by Robin Palmer. I don't know if this is part of a series. I'll have to check it out, because if it is, I will have to buy the rest of them, because I'm crazy like that. The next two books, I think that's all I have is two. I've seen on BookTube, Bunny Cates was reading this, and I'm looking forward to her review. But anything about My Fair Assassin would be wonderful. And that's Grave Mercy. And this is by Robin Lefevers. I guess I'm awful with names. We've got two books by Robin there. Okay, and the next book I saw it. I said, oh, it looks pretty. I forget whose channel I saw it on, but it looked interesting, and I liked the author, so I figured I would pick it up. And it is Poison Studies by Maria V. Schneider. I found this in the romance section, so I assume it's a romance novel. But it has murder, mayhem, and magic, and those are things I really like, so I figured I'd pick it up. And that's part 3. And yes, I still blame you, BookTube. It's all your fault. I would have never heard of some of these books if it wasn't for you. The others I might have picked up, but it's your fault. So you explain that when my husband comes home and sees another box from Barnes & Noble outside, or Amazon. But I love you all, and I'll keep watching. Thank you, and thank you for subscribing.